All right.
Where do you want to start? I guess.
Oh, hey, what's up? You caught me binging some Netflix. Anyway, just like I promised last week, today I'm introducing the best physical therapist to walk the earth. And we're gonna give you 5 tips to take care of pain right here on the front of the shoulder. And I know a lot of y'all are feeling this because everyone's at home on their tech. So, I'm Dr. G, Catalyst Physical Therapy, and next, 5 tips to take care of anterior shoulder pain.
Hey y'all, I'm Lauren, and I'm here to show you the very first tip to help mitigate anterior shoulder pain. So, first of all, as you saw Jorge, he had a shoulder here. A lot of us are like that throughout the day, whether we're watching Netflix or at our computers, especially when we're working from home now. So, step number 1 is you want to work through these tight muscles here, your pectoral muscles. So right here, you're gonna get a lacrosse ball or a tennis ball, really any kind of ball you can find, and get up to a doorway or a wall. And you wanna make sure you're just south of this clavicle bone right here, so your collarbone. Don't wanna be rolling over any bones, it doesn't feel very good. So you'll put the ball just under there, come up to the wall, and you're gonna really hunt for those really tender spots. You know when you find them. If you find an area that's feeling kind of tight, you're gonna hang out on that spot, just kind of let that ball roll back and forth, help loosen that up. You really don't need more than like 2 to 3 minutes with this. That way you can get into what really makes things stick, which is exercise. That'll be my colleagues.
All right, hey, my name is Dr. Scott Pratt, one of the physical therapists here at Catalyst Physical Therapy. I'm going to show you one of the exercises you can do at home to help activate your back, get everything strong on the back side, working on that posture to help relieve that anterior shoulder pain, help get it out of this position. So what we'll do, we're going to do a bent over row. You can use a weight if you have it, any fitness equipment. If you have a stockpile of groceries or toilet paper, you can use that. You can even use a weighted backpack loaded up with textbooks, what are those, or rocks, whatever. But step 1 is going to be to hinge at the hips. So feet about shoulder width apart, hinging forward at the hips, keeping your back in a neutral spine alignment, so not rounded forward, not overextended, but somewhere right in the middle. You can use a table or a counter height to give yourself a cue not to get your forehead too close. And then from here, keeping our back neutral, we're just pulling this weight straight up to our chest and belly. Straight up without losing that neutral spine, and then coming back down. We're activating all the scapular retractors, the lats, everything to pull those shoulder blades back and activate those back muscles.
All right, tip number 3. So one of the things that people don't address when they sit in front of the computer for an extended period of time is the tricep muscle, right? Looks like I got kicked by Clydesdale. So what you want to do is you want to activate the tricep muscle. Now this is important. Why? Because the tricep muscle actually has an attachment to the shoulder blade, and it crosses the entire back of the arm into the elbow. Now, the reason that's important is because when that muscle has the right resting tension, it actually helps pull the ball back into the socket, okay? So, how do we isolate the tricep press? 2 ways, right? So, if you're unable to bring your arms over your head because it's too painful, right? What you want to do is you want to lie down and make sure that your elbows are pointing straight at the ceiling. Elbows are nice and close. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to extend my arms. I'm going to purposely flex my triceps, keeping my shoulder blades pinned against the table because they're nice and warm from all those rows that I just did. And I'm going to flex and flex. You want the contraction to be pretty hard. Your repetition scheme should be high volume. So 3 sets of 15 to 20, okay? If you can, get your arms over your head. You continue to keep your elbows close, and you're gonna press that over your head. Make sure you flex those triceps at the top.
Hey you guys, Dr. Lauren Schrank here again with my colleague Scott, and we're going to show you the next one, which is getting your infraspinatus firing. That is one of your most important rotator cuff muscles. It helps do this motion, external rotation. It also helps stabilize your shoulder as you go overhead. So if that muscle is not working properly, everything is going to come forward, and you're going to get some impingement in the anterior part of your shoulder and increases the pain. So we're really going to be working right on the back side of the shoulder there. So one of the wrong ways to try to work this muscle is getting a dumbbell and doing this. The reason this is wrong is, number one, it changes the force vector of this muscle. It causes the bicep to contract. As you can see, my bicep is very engaged here. I'm not really feeling much in the actual rotator cuff muscle that I'm trying to work. So do without that. What you want to do to try to find the muscle that we're trying to target here. So Scott, I'll have you lay on your side, facing that way. Now let's get a close-up shot of Scott here. All right, so you see Scott's shoulder blade here. This is the medial border of his scapula, right here where my hand is. So you can put a little towel here, get things in a neutral position. So Scott, go ahead and externally rotate your shoulder. So look how he brings everything together. That is also the wrong way to do it. That's getting other muscles involved. That's not your rotator cuff, FYI. So Scott, what I want you to do is don't push your shoulder blade into my hand here. And I want you to bring your arm up as much as you can without the shoulder blade coming with you. Good. So ideally, to get the infraspinatus muscle, we need to be feeling it right through here. That's where that muscle lives. And that'll overall help bring that shoulder back, alleviate some of the pain in the front of the shoulder. So go ahead and do a couple of reps there, Scott. So right here, notice his shoulder blade is not moving. If it was moving, it would start to hit into my hand there. He's doing a very good rotator cuff strengthening activity. You can add some weight in this if you want, but again, don't want to do it in standing. That's a no.
Hey guys, I'm Dr. Aaron McAnally. I'm another one of the physical therapists here at Catalyst Physical Therapy. And for the fifth tip, it's a little bit difficult, but it's gonna wake up all the posterior shoulder muscles. So your mid-trap, your scapular retractors, and your rotator cuff muscles that kind of externally rotate. So I'll show you an easier version and a harder version of this. So easier version is just laying on your back, bringing your arms up like this, like you're doing snow angels in a sense. So you want to pull the shoulder blades down and back and kind of push all this posterior part of your arm against the mat. Pushing them back, squeezing the shoulder blades back, just like that. The wrong way would be arching your back just like this. It's a little easier to focus on when you're laying on your back like this to keep everything nice and stable and touching the floor. A harder version of this is laying on your stomach. We call these prone swimmers or prone angels. So squeeze your bottom so you protect your low back from arching too much. You shouldn't feel it here. You should feel it in the back of the shoulder blades. So here, bringing them up, down, and around. So I'm retracting my shoulder blades. I'm not letting them go down and forward. Retracting them here, going up and over. Another option for this to make it a little harder, put cups here. So you have to go up and over it, up and over, just like that. This wakes up everything in the back of the shoulders. So that's it.
So that was the best 5 tips from the Catalyst Physical Therapy team. We're missing Dr. Michael Landon, but he'll be back with us pretty soon. If you still have any questions or if you need help or guidance with anything that's ailing you, remember, you can always go to www.catalystptsa.com and find our website, email us, and schedule a telehealth visit, which is just as effective, sometimes even better than watching a video. We'll see you next time.